My teacher threw me out of the classroom without even listening to my side. And the worst part? It wasn't the silence that filled the room after I walked out. It was the looks. Those looks that passed judgment instantly. As if everyone had decided in a single moment that I had to be the one at fault. I was standing near the door holding my assignment file. My presentation hadn't even started yet when Sir Adnan took off his glasses, placed them on the desk and said in a cold voice, "Enough. Get out. Now." The entire room fell silent. For a moment I thought about explaining myself. Just one sentence. Just enough to say that I hadn't corrupted the presentation file. But then I looked at the faces around the classroom. Some avoided eye contact. Some were enjoying it. And 2 people looked especially pleased. I didn't argue. "Of course, sir," I said quietly. I picked up my file, pushed my chair back in and walked out. That was all. No drama. No tears. No anger. Because some games are not won immediately. Some games require patience. And patience always looks like silence. Our university's business department was strange. Polished on the outside. Politics on the inside. Every teacher had their favorite circle. Every group had its own interests. Behind every competition, there was some hidden alliance. And Sir Adnan? He was a man built on reputation. Thick, respected, untouchable. At least that's what people believed. I was never his favorite student. Because I asked questions. And some people don't like questions. The next day I went to class like nothing had happened. The same corridor. The same white walls. The same notice boards covered with leadership seminar posters. People were watching me. Whispers followed too. "She's the one who ruined the system. Sir Adnan is never wrong." I said nothing. I only observed. Even in chess you study the board first. Then you make your move. The real issue wasn't the presentation system. The real issue was access. Our entire class stored final project files on a shared faculty drive. And the previous week I had noticed my file being edited repeatedly, at times when I wasn't even online. I didn't say anything then either. I simply took screenshots, saved timestamps, downloaded access logs. Quietly. Other people collect emotions. I was collecting evidence. 2 days later I met Hina in the library. She was my classmate. Smart. Careful. And most importantly, she noticed everything. "Why didn't you argue?" she asked softly. I closed the book in front of me. Because it wasn't time yet. She watched me for a few seconds. Then she leaned closer and whispered, "You do know, Usman was in the faculty lab the night before the presentation." I stayed silent. She moved even closer. And he was there with Sir Adnan's research assistant. Interesting. Very interesting. I gave no reaction. I simply placed another piece onto the board inside my mind. For the next few days I did nothing unusual. At least that's what people thought. I attended class. Took notes. Whenever Sir Adnan lectured I nodded professionally. "Understood, sir." "Of course. Thank you for clarifying." A professional facade. Inside. I was remembering every detail. Then one night I found exactly what I needed. An automated backup report from the IT department. Hina's cousin was an intern there. And the report clearly stated, my presentation file had been overwritten through an external device 30 minutes before the presentation. User ID, Usman. Timestamp, exact. Location, faculty lab. I printed the report. Saved email copies. And the next morning I scheduled an appointment. With the principal. The principal's office always felt cold. Not because of the air conditioning. Because of the atmosphere. Everything was measured. Every word calculated. Sir Adnan was already there when I entered. When he saw me he leaned slightly back in his chair. His confidence was still intact. "Yes?" the principal asked. I placed the file on the desk. "Sir, I only want clarification." That was all. No accusations. No drama. One by one I placed the documents in front of him. Access logs. Backup reports. Screenshots. Email timestamps. Then I went silent. The only sound in the room was papers turning. Sir Adnan's expression slowly began to change. First irritation. Then confusion. Then that expression people wear when they realize the story is no longer under their control. "Where did you get this?" he asked. I answered directly. From university records. The principal called Usman in. Then the IT department. Then the investigation began. And from there things started collapsing quickly. Usman admitted he had replaced my file. Why? Because my presentation was stronger. And he believed Sir Adnan would never suspect him. The worst part. Sir Adnan had publicly accused me without proper verification. Professional misconduct. Bias. Negligence. Those 3 words appeared in the investigation report. Clear. Permanent. Unavoidable. A week later, I was walking through the corridor when Sir Adnan appeared ahead of me. For the first time he looked away. The same man who had thrown me out of the classroom in front of everyone. Now silent. I didn't stop to say anything either. Because victory becomes smaller when you shout about it. I simply walked past him. Dignified. Calm. Complete. People think revenge is loud. It isn't. Real revenge exists in structure. In documentation. In timing. In control. I didn't destroy them. I just refused to rush. And when the truth finally surfaced, they were forced to stand beside their own actions. I didn't destroy them. I just stepped aside and let them destroy themselves.